Welcome to this tutorial on how to use the BDA Take Care Personal Risk Assessment Form. In this session, we will discover how to open, use, and submit the completed personal assessment form. The first step is to open the SafeBase website. Web pages will be displayed on the smart device, provided you have an internet connection via the mobile telephone network or via Wi-Fi. Access is made by selecting the SafeBase bookmark link on the device home screen. The link is labeled SafeBase. When the link is pressed, the tablet will open the default web browser and display the BDA Take Care SafeBase website. Dependent on the tablet or smartphone connection type and the available network download speed, the website may take a moment to open. When the SafeBase website is displayed, you will then need to select the personal risk assessment form. We do this by scrolling down to the form widget boxes. There are currently 3 form widgets. Widget 1 is the personal risk assessment form. This form is used by FBCA field staff to conduct a personal risk assessment and look for hazards before starting work. This is the form we will be focusing on in this instruction session. Widget 2 is the environmental assessment form. This form is used by FBCA coordinators and management when conducting a new or updated client assessment. Widget 3 is the incident and accident reporting form. This form is used by all FBCA team members to report incidents, accidents or near misses. We will now review how to access and use the personal assessment form. Select the left-hand widget button labeled Personal Risk Assessment Form. Once the button is selected, the web browser will take a moment to display the form. The key purpose of this assessment is to assist you look for hazards that may place you, or others, personal safety at risk. Firstly, we will look at the structure and operation of the form. The form is divided into a header and 4 collapsible menus. The header is located at the top of the form. The header contains the BDA Take Care Safe Thinking Zone process. The first step in this process is for you to stop and look at your work environment. We want you to identify hazards by looking up, looking around, looking out, looking under, looking down, and to look carefully for any hidden hazards where you will be working. In the second step, we want you to stop and think. Think about all the work tasks you will be performing, and identify any potential hazards in performing these tasks that may cause you or others harm or damage. In the third step, we want you to stop and identify any potential work environment hazards. In the fourth step, we want you to assess the level of risk of these identified hazards and put in place hazard control strategies to control or reduce the level of risk. You need to ask, how can these hazards be fixed or controlled? This may require you getting assistance from your coordinator or management team member by reporting via this form. The fifth step in this process is to communicate the hazard control strategies implemented. Tell everyone in the work environment about the hazard and the hazard control strategy used. The final step in the BDA Take Care assessment process is keep working safely and continue to review your work environment for changes that may introduce new hazards that could impact on everyone's personal safety. Now, let's look at the collapsible form menus. These menus expand and collapse by pressing the pink bar. When the menu is expanded, the form displays the fillable fields. These fields are completed by the person conducting the assessment. We will now review each of the expandable menu items. Expandable menu step 1 is when and who. The date item is automatically filled. The support staff member item is a drop-down menu. The user selects their name from the drop-down menu. If your name is not listed, select Not Listed at the top of the list. You can then enter your name using the on-screen keyboard into the display text field. When manual entry is required into a text field, the tablet keyboard will display. You will notice that there is a red asterisk on the end of the field text. Fields with the red asterisks are mandatory fields and must be filled in. Expandable menu step 2 is client details. The support staff member enters the name of the client. Expandable menu step 3 is protect yourself, stop and look for hazards. If there are no hazards, select No Radio Hazards, select Yes, and complete the hazard prompts. Provide a detailed description of the hazards in the text box. Select if the hazard has been fixed by checking the radio button. And select if the hazard continues to place you or others at risk. You can also add a photo of the hazard by selecting the Choose File button, and then selecting Camera. The camera will open. Frame the object in the camera lens and take the photo. To keep the photo, select. The final step is to submit the form by selecting the expandable menu, Submit. There are some final actions required to be completed before submitting the completed form. Firstly, if you wish to alert the coordinator that further action is required, select the Yes Radio button. Otherwise, select No. Sign the form in the signature panel. You can clear the signature and re-sign by selecting the Clear button in the right-hand corner of the signature panel. The form has an inbuilt security check to prevent computer robots spamming form submissions. Using the keyboard, enter the word displayed in the capture box. Scroll down and select the Submit button. If the form has errors, the form will flash red, and the collapsible menu's text will also change to red. This indicates the collapsible section, where there are errors. Open this section and correct the errors and reselect the Submit button. If the form hangs up due to an internet communication failure, or you cannot enter data into the form, or has wrong data input, the form can be cleared by selecting the Clear Form button. When the form is successfully submitted, a thank you message will be displayed after the form is sent.